In today's modern world, where different laws were enacted to protect each individual rights, is there still a room for gender inequality?
According to CDC, 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men will experience physical violence by their intimate partner at some point during their lifetimes. About 1 in 3 women and nearly 1 in 6 men experience some form of sexual violence during their lifetimes. Intimate partner violence, sexual violence, and stalking are high, with intimate partner violence occurring in over 10 million people each year.
Tomboy, bakla, mapababae man o lalaki, ay mayroong iba't ibang karanasan sa buhay at hindi nito matatakasan ang hindi pantay-pantay na kritisismo sa lipunan.
Para po sa akin, ang gender equality ay pagbibigay ng pantay na karapatan at oportunidad sa mga tao.
Para sa akin po, dapat ang gender equality ay walang pinapaboran or kinikilingan dahil ang mga kababaihan at kalalakihan at ang LGBTQIA+ ay may karapatan sa community natin ngayon.
Makakasama natin ng isang mahusay na leader at 2 maaasahang guro ng bayan. Isa na rito si Kapitana Josie Binaday. Siya ay kauna-unahang babae na naging kapitan sa isang barangay sa General Mariano Alvarez, Cavite.
So, magandang araw po, Kapitana. So, para po sa inyo, ano po yung kahulugan ng gender equality?
Ayan, syempre sa atin, bilang nanunungkulan, dapat pantay-pantay yung pagtingin natin. Lalo na yung may kapansanan, dapat yun, prioridad natin. Maging pantay ng kung ano man yung para doon sa mga normal, dapat ganun din sa kanila. Yan lang. Talagang totoo, marami syempre. Ang isip kasi nila, lalo na syempre, hindi mo maalis sa politika yan. Hindi mo ma-please ang lahat. At saka makikita nila, bilang babae ka, mahina ka. Pero bilang sabi nga, pantay na ngayon Sabi nga, meron ngang nagagawa ang babae na hindi kayang gawin ng lalaki. Tama. Pero ang babae ay kayang gawin ang ginagawa ng lalaki. Tama rin ba? Yun. Kumbaga, ipinakita ko bilang sa aking pamumuno bilang babae na matatag ako. Kaya ko. Kaya nga ako umabot sa ganito. Oo, marami yan. Siyempre, kaya lang ako, lalo na kung ang lalapit sa akin yung pag hindi sila mag-asawa. Pag halimbawa, kayo, lalaki, babae, nagkaroon ng, hindi naman kayo magkaroon ng relasyon, wala naman kayo relasyon. Dapat talaga sa barangay yun. Pero pag yung anak at tatay, asawang lalaki, asawang babae na puso, yun ay yung pupunta sa BAUSI. Violence Against Women and Children, yun. Pag relative sa nagkaroon ng mga pang-aabuso, physical, mental, ayun, napupunta siya sa BAUSI. Meron kami dyan ginagawang minsan seminar ng family orientation, in-orient namin ano bang kalagahan ng isang pamilya. Siyempre dapat, sabi nga, disiplina ng mga bata ay nagmumula sa loob ng tahanan. Diba, katulad niyan, pag kinailangan nila, lalo na kung sa BAUSI, mismo yung BAUSI ang si BAUSI ang pupunta doon sa women's desk. Nung nakaraan nga, meron kaming inassess. Sinamahan namin, i-consult namin doon sa women's desk kung ano ang dapat gawin. Kasi meron mga, siyempre, pamilya, minsan kamag-anak. Hindi lang naman kasi sabihin mo, inabuse yung touch, yung hinawakan ka, ganun. Hindi lang yun Itong huling kaso namin, yung binabayaran, yung pamangkin niya, ng, mayroon pang halaga. Yung kumbaga makikita mo doon sa kumbo nila na hindi lang talaga siya parang dahil lang na-touch ka niya, nabuso. Pero mismo dun sa social media, nagkaroon sila ng combo na yun, binabayaran yung bata. Ayun, ginagawa naman namin ng kaparaanan yun. Siniservice namin ng service ng barangay. Ina-advise namin sila na kung itutuloy ba nila, ina-assist namin hanggang matapos yung kaso. Bilang kung gusto nilang sundin, kailangan yun ganito. Hindi yung po pwedeng ginusto nyo lang, pero wala kayong goal. Wala namang kayong, meron kasi, may mga kumandidato sa ngayon, sabihin na natin, mga SK, wala silang goal. Ano ba ang dapat? Pag kayo nanungkulan, dapat alam nyo ano bang gagawin nyo. Para sa ikatutulong nyo ng mga kapwa-kabataan nyo, dapat mayroon kayo nun. Ano ba ang mga priority? Kasi sa ngayon, ito aminin ko na, wala talaga. Kasi wala yung aming SK chairman. Hindi ko rin alam kung ano ang plano niya. Sana ang may papayo ko sa kanila, pag kayo pumasok sa ganito sa politika, dapat maging huwaran kayo. Makita kayo sa mga susunod na henerasyon, ay ito, naging masipag to, na dapat ito itularan namin. Dapat ganun, meron kayong goal, meron kayong ninanais. Ano ba yung mga programa nyo na itutulong nyo para sa mga kabataan?
Okay, maraming salamat po sa inyong pagbibigay ng pananaw tungkol sa gender equality. At ayun naman po, maraming salamat.
Ang Republic Act 9262 o mas kilala bilang Violence Against Women and Their Children Act ay batas sa Pilipinas na nalikha upang proteksyonan ang mga kababaihan at kanilang mga anak laban sa anumang uri ng karahasan. Sinasaklaw ng batas na ito ang anumang uri ng karahasan na maaaring maranasan ng babae sa kanilang asawa, dating karelasyon o kahit kanino man na may kaugnayang sexual o romantiko sa babae. Ito ay tinatawag na VAUSI o Violence Against Women and Their Children. Ayon sa batas, ang VAUSI ay isang kilos o anumang kilos na ginagawa ng isang tao laban sa babae na maaaring kanyang asawa, dating asawa o naging karelasyon. Ito ay nagdudulot ng pisikal, emosyonal, sexual o ekonomikal na pananakit sa kanya o sa kanyang mga anak.
In the Philippines, the government recognizes that achieving real equality goes beyond words. It requires action, policy, and inclusive development. One important tool that guides this effort is the Gender and Development Program, or GAD, defined as Magna Carta for Women, Republic Act No. 9710.
Good afternoon everyone. So ngayon, nandito tayo sa GMA Cavite at kasama natin ngayon si Sir Alvy Sampan. Siya ay isang guro sa GMA Mariano Alvarez National High School. So magandang araw, sir.
Hello.
Okay, thank you po. So ngayon po, I have a few questions. So the first question is, ano po ba ang kahulugan ng gender equality para sa iyo?
Well, to me, gender equality is about being equally treated by other people. It talks about being respected and fairly judged because we are all humans and we all deserve to be respected, right? And according sa ating 17 Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs by the UN, number 5, gender equality, it talks about loving each other no matter who they are and whatever they're doing. That's it.
Thank you so much. So the second question is, have you experienced discrimination or challenges because of your sexual orientation?
Well, to be completely honest, I haven't experienced being discriminated because I am a strong person and people perceive me as someone who is not really easy to be targeted. And my educational background alone can speak highly of my character that they should not judge me based on how I look or based on my gender preference, but they should see me as someone who is an accomplished individual and something that is something that I'm very proud of myself. So I really did not experience being discriminated for being gay.
But, paano po, or if ever man po na mangyari na dumating po kayo sa ganong stage, paano nyo po or madidil yun? Or how will you deal with it po?
Well, as a matter of fact, I have plenty of friends who experience being bullied, being laughed at because of their gender or because of their look. Pero sa akin naman, if it happens to me, well, I will just ignore people. Well, I think their notion about me or their understanding about me does not make me less of a person. Kasi those people who know me very well could really attest na even though I am part of the third gender or the rainbow community, I can do better than them. At kung mangyari man yan sa akin later when I go home or tomorrow or in the next days to come, I will face it head high. And we'll just smile. Hindi ako lalaban kahit may backlash because for me, there's nothing productive about being negative. Ayun lang. Smile lang. Wala na tayong magagawa kasi yung tawa, hindi natin ma-change yung mindset nila. But when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. As a person, that's your power.
Okay. So, sabi ni Sir, smile lang tayo if ever na may mang-judge or may mang-discriminate man sa atin. Okay. So, next question po. Sa ilang taon po ninyong pagtuturo, may napansin po ba kayong kaibahan sa pagtrato sa mga kababaihan noon at ngayon?
Well, I've been teaching for almost 9 years now. I had my 3 years experience being a private teacher there sa Victorious, and now I have my 5 years of teaching experience in public. So, there is really a difference compared before at sa ngayon. Nakita ko na ngayon kasi in the advent of technology, may mga nag-discriminate or may napopost online, lalo na sa atin sa third gender, may napopost na hindi gaano nagtuturo or may mga cross-dresser in which that should be avoided. We should not tolerate people posting or telling something negative or speak ill about you online. Kaya para sa akin meron talagang kaibahan eh. Because of technology is a very powerful tool for communication, but sometimes it can damage someone's reputation. So we have to always think before we click, especially the spread of misinformation.
But for my last question, what has been your proudest achievement as a gay teacher?
Well, to be completely honest, in the years that I've been serving the school where I'm teaching right now, the proudest moment of my life being a teacher is that I have never fallen in love with my students. I can really say that I am proud na never ako nilove sa students ko. I love all of them. But I have never fallen in love sa lalaki or sa bisexual. And my co-teachers and my SD can really attest to that na mag-work talaga. And something that I want to share as well is lalo sa mga LGBT na teachers o parang students pa lang na kailangan we have to be passionate. We should have that passion in our hearts, burning. Pero dapat hindi tayo magkapatalo sa tukso because again, we have to protect our profession. We have to be dignified. Kailangan tayo matawag tayo Sunday. Kumbaga, you are doing really well na it's okay to have a boyfriend. Pero that someone should be 18 years old na or hindi taga dun sa school mo. At ayun talaga, proud ako sa sarili ko dahil never ako nagka-jowa o nag-jowa ng estudyante or hindi ako nabubuli for this look. Parang ganyan. At hindi ko hahayaan po yun. Kaya kailangan strong tayo to face every adversity.
Thank you so much po, sir. So, may I ask, sir, kung saan niyo po ba nakuha itong crown na to? Or sumasali po ba kayo sa mga pageant?
Yes, I do. I've been joining pageants for almost 10 years now. And I recently joined there sa Gentry. and I placed in the finalists. So this crown is a symbol of victory, triumph in life. That even though that I am already a professional teacher, I can still do the things I want. So for me, being a pageant contestant or Buconera, Contesera, it really gives me a sense of pride and it gives me a sense of responsibility. Kasi parang, well, I am in the public eye and students see me, even though I'm joining pageants, I don't think na binabastos nila ako or tinatawanan nila ako. I think I am able to inspire them as well, na you can go after your dreams na rin naman. And my talent is always focusing on discrimination, bullying, and the parents. Kaya parang I'm using my voice to reach a wider audience na if I compete for a particular pageant in a barangay or city, parang my voice is heard enough by many people. Parang ganon. So this crown is a symbol of joy, happiness, and contentment as well.
Thank you so much, sir. So actually, yung 10 years po na pagsali nyo sa isang beauty pageant, isa na po siya sa mga achievement or greatest achievement ninyo as a teacher. Okay.
According to ABAD 2022, the Philippines has improved its gender equality as it advanced 3 spots to the 16th place among 146 countries, according to the latest report of World Economic Forum and the Global Gender Equality Index report.
Gender equality goes beyond legislation. It is concerns the way we interact in each other, in our home, educational institution, and politics, and all phases of our existence. Regardless of being male, female, or something in between, you are part of this society. Ibig sabihin lang nito ay meron kang bilang at may boses ka. Above all, you possess the ability to transform. Kaya't magkaisa tayo upang tibagin ang bawat hadlang at magkaroon ng isang lipunan kung saan ang bawat isa, anuman ang kanilang kasarian, ay mayroong karapatang makiisa, gumabay at umiral na may paggalang. This is our Vlogumentary, isang hakbang tungo sa pantay na bukas. Ako si Micaela Jean Angela Bautista. Salamat sa inyong panonood.